What's up guys, Tristan here, and today I thought I would come out and show you guys this video or just like this little thing to help you guys out when Take It King comes out. If you guys have been paying attention to any of my social media or anything like that, I've actually become an admin on facebook.com/justdestiny stuff. I basically deal with the community. We accept, submissions for videos and such, and it's just an overall nice page. But one of the things I keep seeing is people just asking questions about what guns should I keep for Taken King, or what should I go out and get, how can I prepare for this DLC that's coming out. And if you guys have been paying attention, Taken King is basically Destiny 2. There's going to be a lot of changes. They're going to nerf hand cannons, they're going to be adding new subclasses, new maps, new everything. It's said to be about as big as the original Destiny games itself. And as you can see, I probably had you guys hear that. I actually just got a message. But one thing that we're going to go through and do is tell you today what those pro players, those really big players, are going to be doing to make sure that they get the most out of Taken King, and what you guys can do to do that as well. Now, as for guns, as you can see, that was the question that I originally got here. What guns are going to be good in Taken King? Now, someone out on Reddit actually went through and checked this. They said that there's actually going to be like only a 15% damage drop off for any of the old guns as compared to the new guns. So if you guys have some of those old guns like Fatebringer, you're going to be perfectly fine to do, whatever story missions are out there. But it's been obviously just clear and outspoken by the Bungie developers that you're going to find better guns, so you're not going to be using Fatebringer for more than maybe like the first mission or two, and you should be finding blues that are actually substantially better than some of the legendaries you currently have. Now, as everything else increases in attack damage and defense that you actually get, you're going to see that some of your legendaries will be upscaled by spending light on them. It's kind of almost like what they do with Etheric Light. You're going to be breaking down some of your older guns or some of your not so good guns to make your newer guns stronger. And what you're going to be seeing too with exotics is that this is only going to be true for some of them. You'll be able to purchase any of your old exotics. I think it's for 5 exotic shards. And you'll be able to buy some of those old exotics that have been upgraded. Like the Suros regime will be coming out again with a new form, so that will probably be the strongest weapon you have in your arsenal if you do currently have Suros. And that's pretty much how weapons are going to work. Now, with some of the other things, especially like the light leveling system, they're moving away from a light leveling system where you get up to a certain level and then you can equip armor that will give you, more levels based on how good it is. So what you're going to see now is that it's all XP based. You're going to be able to go all the way from like 1 up to 40, I believe, and it's all going to get, really grindy, I guess. You're going to go out and you'll go from like 28 to 29, and then from 29 to 30. You're not going to be able to make these big jumps like you used to be able to by just buying certain armor. So now what you're going to see is you're going to need those XP boosts. Now, what the really good players are doing is taking advantage of the Red Bull Taken King giveaway, which has been going on for quite a while now. It's supposed to give you early access to certain DLC areas, but the one thing that we're going to be using today is this Focused Light. Now, the Focused Light actually gives you a double XP boost. I believe it's for about 30 minutes. If you go out and you go crazy, I believe the most that you can possibly enter in is about 100 codes. So, that's a lot of XP that you can get. Now, that all depends on when you use it. Now, I know from certain things that have been sent in, I can't really discuss names and such because I don't have permission from those certain people, so I'm just going to tell you their method. This was sent by another Destiny admin from a page that's actually in Australia. He sent us in this, I guess, helpful tip is about saving packages. Now, as you can see, I've got several Faction, Cryptarch, Crucible packages sitting up here, but what we're really going after is these public event completed packages. You can get these once a day per character, leading up to the Taken King, and if you've ever actually just kept a lot of stuff in your Postmaster, you'll know that we're able to keep 24 different packages in here along with weapons and engrams and keys and whatever else will go in here. So what you want to try and do is get as many of these public event completed packages stored up as you can. Like I said, you can hold it to 24, so if you're starting right now, the most you can actually get is 15. I've been doing this for quite a long time, so I'll probably get pretty close, but each one of these is worth about 5,000 XP. Now, the other thing you want to do is during your daily missions, in your inventory, you'll see that you have missions that are worth a certain amount. Some of these will be 2,500, some of them will be 5,000, but what you want to do is store up as many of those 5,000 XP bonuses as you can. Now, once Taken King finally drops, if you were to turn in 8 of these 5,000 XP bounties, as well as 24 of these different packages over here, you'll have about 500,000 XP instantly as soon as Taken King launches. Now, I know that they said that they'll be scaling some of the characters down if you have like Max Grimoire, all level 34 characters, you won't be scaled down as much. But, you know, that will really help you get up towards level 40 for that oncoming raid that'll be going on. So that's what the really good players are doing to, you know, actually take advantage of, you know, what they're going to be able to get for XP. Now, the only other thing that I can say that I've been doing that I know other people are doing is doing something called edging factions. Now, if you guys remember back when the Cryptarch was a total dink and he only gave you guys like a blue occasionally for, you know, a legendary that you would get as a drop, and everyone was mad about that, they eventually released this little note from Bungie that said all of those legendary engrams that we're going to be dropping would at least give you a legendary. So people were going, oh wow, well I got this legendary engram to drop sometime before that's going to happen. I'm just going to save it until they patch out that update and it'll give me a legendary automatically. Bungie replied back basically by saying that if you kept that engram, it would show up as a blue, and you would, you know, get stuck. You know, there's no way. And some people were asking, hey, why is it going to do that? You know, it's a legendary, it's the same as this legendary. And the reason for that is because when you go through and you have something drop for you like a legendary engram or a faction package, at the second that it drops, it has a certain preset amount of things that it can get. It's like a probability. If you get like a legendary engram before the Taken King comes out, it will only have pre-Taken King stuff, or at least that's how it worked in the past. I know I did an opening as soon as the House of Wolves came out, and that was basically what happened with me. Now, for other things, we're going to go through and we're going to do what's called edging your faction to kind of get around this. Like I said, you're going to have some of these different faction bounties just, you know, already maxed out, ready to turn in. We're going to go up to our factions, and as you can see, my new monarchy is already ready. As soon as I turn in a bounty for that, it's going to level up. It's just going to instantly give me a new package. Same thing with Future War Cult eventually and the Dead Orbit. And I'm working on some of these other ones. You know, obviously Iron Banner's not going to be there. I'm not going to do House of Judgment because it doesn't really make sense. But I'll try and get my Vanguard there. I'll try and get my my Cryptarch there, and the same thing with Dead Orbit. But you want to make sure all of those are just ready to instantly level up, and you'll just get brand new gear as soon as you start out the game. So that's what we're doing to get ready for Taken King. If you guys checked out some of the new DLC footage that came out today as one of those trailers, it looks really awesome. I'm really excited for it, and I can't wait to get out and get you guys some gameplay and some tips and tricks and such. But anyways, I thought I'd show you guys this, and I hope you have a good day. I hope you guys are excited and everything goes well for you. But I'll see you guys more once Taken King comes out. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.